If you're over 60 and you lie on your left side at night, have you ever felt your heart pounding harder or your breathing change, and quietly wondered if you might be hurting your heart without realizing it? Some people are told the left side is the best position for heart health. Others are warned never to sleep on it because it stresses the heart. They can't both be right. From a cardiologist's perspective, your sleep position does influence how your heart feels and functions, but not in the simple left good, right bad way that social media suggests. Large population studies show that too little or too much sleep, frequent awakenings, loud snoring, and poor sleep quality are clearly linked to a higher risk of heart disease, heart failure, stroke, and earlier death. At the same time, no major trial has found that left side versus right side alone decides who has a heart attack. So what does sleeping on your left side really do to your heart after 60? When is that position helpful? When is it neutral? And when is it a warning sign that something deeper is going on? In this video, we'll bust 3 persistent myths about left side sleeping, and then look at the 2 red flags that truly matter. The final one is the kind of pattern that, if you recognize it in yourself, should send you to a doctor, not just to a different pillow. Now, let's start with the fear that keeps many people awake. Myth number 3. Sleeping on your left side crushes your heart. Because the heart sits slightly left of center, it sounds logical that lying on your left side might press on it. But when cardiologists actually look with ultrasound and ECGs in different positions, they see something else. On your left side, the heart shifts a bit closer to the chest wall and rotates slightly. The ECG tracing changes shape, and many healthy people notice their heartbeat more strongly. That can feel like pounding or fluttering, which is unsettling if you aren't expecting it. But in people without advanced heart disease, these are positional changes, not signs of damage. In other words, the heart is not being crushed. It is simply closer to the surface, so you're more aware of it. In an otherwise healthy person over 60, left side sleeping does not harm a normal heart. What matters is whether that awareness comes with warning signs like chest pain, breathlessness, or dizziness. Myth number 2. The left side is always the best side for your heart. For many older adults without heart failure, sleeping on the left side is neutral for the heart itself, but can benefit other systems that indirectly affect cardiovascular health. Several studies that measured acid levels in the esophagus found that lying on the left side reduces nighttime acid reflux compared with the right side or lying flat. Because of how the stomach and esophagus are arranged, the left side makes it easier for acid to drain back into the stomach. Less reflux means fewer awakenings and fewer surges in heart rate and blood pressure during the night. So, if you have significant heartburn or a hiatal hernia, favoring your left side can improve comfort and sleep continuity, which is helpful for your heart over time. But that does not mean the left side is automatically best for everyone. In people with heart failure, for example, the picture is often different. In a classic study of patients with congestive heart failure, researchers found that many of them spontaneously avoided sleeping on their left side. The more enlarged and weakened the heart, the more strongly they preferred the right side or semi-upright positions. Other work shows that in some heart failure patients, lying on the left side can worsen the sensation of palpitations and shortness of breath, and may be associated with less favorable electrical patterns in the heart's upper chambers compared with the right side. That is why cardiologists do not give blanket rules like always sleep left or never sleep left. For some people, especially with reflux, the left side is comfortable and helpful. For others with a weakened, enlarged heart, it can be the least pleasant position. Now let's look at the biggest misunderstanding about sleep position and heart health. Myth number 1. The side you sleep on matters more than how you sleep. When you step back and look at the research, the opposite is true. How you sleep matters far more than which side you choose. Large cohort studies with tens of thousands of participants show that very short sleep, very long sleep, poor sleep quality, and highly irregular sleep schedules are consistently linked to higher risks of cardiovascular disease and earlier death. People who regularly sleep around 7 to 8 hours with reasonably good quality generally have better heart outcomes than those with fragmented, insufficient sleep, regardless of whether they prefer the left or right side. Position still matters in specific conditions. In obstructive sleep apnea, for example, studies show that lying on the back makes the airway collapse much worse. There are more breathing pauses, deeper drops in oxygen, and more dramatic swings in blood pressure and heart rate. Side positions, left or right, usually improve this, which is why positional therapy focuses on keeping people off their backs, not forcing everyone onto the left. So, obsessing over left versus right while leaving untreated sleep, apnea, high blood pressure, smoking, or heavy late-night meals in place is like rearranging furniture in a house with a cracked foundation. The side matters, but the quality and stability of your sleep and your overall heart risk factors matter far more. With that in mind, let's look at the two patterns involving left-side sleeping that a cardiologist would never want you to ignore. Red flag number 2, new or worsening shortness of breath when lying on your side or flat. If you're over 60 and suddenly find that you cannot lie flat or on your usual side without becoming breathless, needing multiple pillows, or waking up gasping, this is called orthopnea. In heart medicine, it is a classic warning sign that fluid may be building up in the lungs due to heart failure or significant valve disease. The exact side that feels worst can vary, so the key point is the change. If a position you tolerated for years now triggers breathlessness, especially along with ankle swelling or a quick, unexplained weight gain from fluid, you should be evaluated promptly. Avoiding the left side may temporarily reduce the symptom, but does not address the underlying strain on your heart. Red flag number 1, chest pressure or alarming palpitations triggered by lying on your left side. Many healthy people feel their heartbeat more strongly on their left side, and that alone is not a problem. But if rolling onto that side repeatedly triggers chest pain or pressure that spreads to your jaw or arm, very heavy irregular thumping, or near fainting episodes, that combination moves into the danger zone. While studies suggest left-side sleeping itself does not cause heart attacks in otherwise healthy individuals, position-dependent symptoms in older adults with risk factors such as diabetes, smoking, or known coronary disease can unmask underlying problems. In that case, the position is acting like a mini stress test, revealing that the heart or its electrical system may already be vulnerable. Imagine a 72-year-old who notices that every time he rolls onto his left side, he feels a heavy pressure in his chest and a racing, irregular heartbeat. But on his right side, he feels mostly fine. The danger is not the left side position itself. It is that this pattern may be the first obvious sign of coronary disease or an unstable heart rhythm. In that situation, the right response is not to ban the left side forever, but to describe the pattern clearly to a doctor and be properly evaluated. If you have no diagnosed heart disease and feel comfortable on your left side, that position is generally safe. And if you have reflux, it is often better than the right or lying flat. If you snore loudly or have sleep apnea, any side sleeping is usually better for your heart and blood pressure than lying on your back. If you have heart failure or a significantly enlarged heart, your own comfort is a powerful guide, and a right side or semi-upright position is often preferred. Most importantly, your heart cares more that you sleep enough and as peacefully as possible than about the exact angle of your body. Protecting your heart after 60 means treating sleep apnea if you have it, managing blood pressure and diabetes, keeping a regular sleep schedule, and working with your doctors, not fighting with your pillow all night.